life will never be the same. We may not get another day, so for today we just have to pray. Sing to God and raise your voices now. Sing to God and fill the sky. Spread over our loved ones and all those in need, your shelter of healing, a soak of peace. Our family, our friends. Behold They say time will heal my pain, but life will never be the same. We may not get another day, so for today we just have to pray. Sing to God and raise your voices now. Sing to God and fill the sky. Let your spirit praise your Maker now. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Chag Sameach, everyone. Let's hear a beautiful, beautiful Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach. So wonderful to have you together. And I can tell you how inspired we've been throughout the year seeing young people come up and lead services and really show their essence, digging deep from inside. And I've never had that feeling more than seeing our confirmation class prepare for this service. You're in for something very, very special. So I think as we lead, you'll see indeed that they are reflections of God. They're made B'Tselem Elohim.
We are so proud to stand here tonight in front of our peers, our clergy, our families, and friends, both in person and online, as we confirm our commitment to Jewish life and values. It has been a challenging 2 years, to say the least, and it feels good to gather here in celebration of a milestone, even now, outside of our sanctuary. This pandemic has given our class the opportunity to experience this moment through the lens of uncertainty and chaos, to really think about what it means to be a part of a community, a part of a congregation, and a part of a people, to consider what our priorities truly are and what truly matters to us. It offered us a moment to reflect and to move ahead in our lives with an overwhelming sense of gratitude, to keep our eyes open to the blessings around us.
Today is Shavuot, the marking of the giving of our sacred Torah. There is a midrash that teaches each of us that we were at Sinai with Moses at this moment. Every Jew, past, present, and future, was there, inspired and present, ready to accept the obligations and gifts that God placed in our hands. Tonight we stand before you, resilient, excited, hopeful, and brave to take on these responsibilities. We are ready to share with you what we've learned, how we've grown, and how we are finding our own ways to connect to our history. Join us as we share our dedication to Temple Israel and Reform Judaism. Judaism is alive, both in history and more than 5,000 years, and the incredible community that exists in our world today. Thank you in advance for being with us tonight and always. From generation to generation, we honor our heritage and are excited for the bright future ahead of us. We join together in the Baruch Hu.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Over the last 2 years, I've discovered that being part of the Jewish community is more than attending the services on the holidays or learning to read Hebrew. It means being part of a village of like-minded people willing to grow with you and support you. Yifty, one of the highlights of my high school experience, really helped me to show me what it truly means to put that idea into action. We are all motivated people who come from different backgrounds, but we all care about creating positive change in our world. We are all willing to step outside of our comfort zones and challenge ourselves in order to make a difference. In the same way, confirmation has taught me that while Judaism outlines our people's beliefs and values, we can each interpret how those values play out within our own individual lives. We can take what we've learned, make our ancient faith come alive in a way that makes sense, and support each other as best as we can.
I was told at the young age of 13 that I was a Jewish adult. While I was given the tools to better understand my role in the world as a Jew, confirmation solidified that process. I feel more engaged, more dedicated, and better able to contribute to our faith. Jews have to go through a lot to get where we are today, but by sticking together, we were able to prevail and overcome. I am looking forward to doing my part to ensure that we continue that strength and perseverance in the future.
As we prepare to say the Shema together, affirming our belief in one God, we recognize that we are now strong links in the chain of tradition stretching back thousands of years. We are ready in this moment to direct our hearts, our souls, and our minds to these sacred words, and in doing so, take the rightful place among our ancestors. We join together in the watchword of our faith. Please rise.
Shema
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. The Ve'ahavta teaches us of our obligation to show our love for God with our entire body, spirit, and mind. Together, we accept the task of allowing God to enter our lives to guide us through this crazy world, armed with the values and the history that led us to this moment. We join together in these holy words. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Veshinatan levanecha ta'am Veshivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha uvshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiyot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem emet.
Standing at the shores of the Red Sea, the people of Israel were frightened and tired. The soldiers of Pharaoh's army were fast approaching. Together with their friends and families, they huddled in prayer. Seeing their fear, Moses raised his staff and commanded the waters of the sea to part before them. Nothing happened. The people thought they were doomed. Okay. Then one man, a single Israelite by the name of Nachshon, rushed forward and plunged headfirst into the raging waters. It was on account that single act of faith and bravery that God parted the waters of the Red Sea, and the Israelites fled to safety. When across, the women took up their instruments and began to dance and sing with joy.
In the Avot prayer, we pray to the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God of Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. Why do we not simply mention God once? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? This is to teach us that each of our ancestors built a unique relationship with God.
This year, each of us has struggled to define our own connections with God. For some of us, believing is easy. For others, it doesn't come as naturally. But we value the conversations, our differences and challenges, and know that figuring out where we stand is part of growing up.
Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah.
Blessed are you, God, shield of Abraham, protector of Sarah.
Please rise for the Amidah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh ha'kol, Ve'zochech hashtei avot ve'imaot, U'mevii geula livnei bneihem, L'ma'an shemo be'ahava, Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Amen.
God, give us the strength to support others the way we are supported by you. May we become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way.
A ship for those with oceans to cross, a bridge for those with rivers to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and all of us praise you each and every day. Blessed are you, creator of life and the holy God.
This year has been a pause, a break so different than what we've ever known. And as Jews, we have always been taught to recognize the difference between the ordinary and the once in a lifetime. As we sing the Hashkivenu, we thank God for this year, as strange as that may seem. It helped us all understand our lives in a different way and feel grateful for the friends, family, and tradition that grounds us. Adonai Eloheinu Shalom. Had midenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guard our coming and our going. Shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. For all eternity. Watch over me. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom.
Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guard our coming and our going. Shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings for all eternity. Watch over me.
Until my bat mitzvah, I had no concept of the power a congregation could hold because I was a part of it. However, when I stood on the bima at Temple Israel, it was as if I could see things in a totally different way. Looking back at me was a congregation full of open eyes and ears and hearts and souls, gathered for a shared purpose. Before, it simply meant a group of people, but now I see a strong community ready to embrace a shared moment together. Since that epiphany, I've fallen in love with the Word, and it's allowed me to grow into my faith instead of merely coexisting with it. As we take a moment for the silent prayer and personal reflection, we do so as one congregation.
רצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth be acceptable to you. The meditations of my heart be pleasing unto you, O God, my rock and my Redeemer. May the words of my mouth be acceptable to you, O God.
Source of blessing, our lives are in turmoil, our hearts heavy. Help us to cope with this modern plague. We are worried for our families. We are concerned for our communities. Our world is on the blink. Bless us with strength.
Source of mercy, we pray for courage to stay strong for those we love and for ourselves. We pray for insight to act in loving ways to keep our community safe. Bless us with strength.
Source of hope, we pray for those who are at greatest risk, vulnerable and scared, isolated and lonely. and for those heroes leading on the front lines who keep us alive and fed. Bless us with strength.
Source of healing, we give thanks for the gifts sometimes taken for granted, our homes, our families, friends, communities. May we honor these connections as we join together now in the words of Misha Beirach.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
As confirmation students, we've spent this bonus year figuring out who we are and what's important to us through the lens of our religion and our history. And so tonight, on the festival of Shavuot, we are honored to share with you our remix of the Ten Commandments. This holiday marks God giving the Torah to the Jewish people, and now having taken our place in our chain of tradition, it's up to us, the next generation, to interpret and evolve the laws in order to live our Jewish values in modern times.
Commandment 1 is to honor yourself. So many people, especially teens, struggle with confidence, their identity, their mental health, and their self-image. We know how important it is to love and accept ourselves for who we are, each of us created in the image of God. When we love ourselves, we are healthier, happier, and more capable of loving the people around us.
Commandment number 2, be equitable. Today, both in our country and around the world, there is so much inequity. Some people have so much and others have so little. Some people are treated like second-class citizens because of their skin color, their faith, their identity, or because of where they were born. Jews know that what it feels like to be discriminated against, and it is our responsibility to work towards justice for all.
Commandment number 3 is do good in the world. We are committed to making the world a better place through our actions. We strive for justice, we strive for peace, and we aren't waiting for the world to get it done. We're ready and willing to partner with God in acts of tikkun olam, taking care of our most vulnerable, our planet, and each other.
Commandment number 4, education matters. Confirmation is a commitment to lifelong Jewish practice, and lifelong Jewish practice means lifelong Jewish learning. Learning doesn't have to take place in a classroom. We learn when we celebrate holidays, when we build relationships with each other, when we pray, and when we study. We know that coming from a place of knowledge gives us the tools we need to be successful, both as Jews and as humans.
Commandment number 5, treat others the way you want to be treated. We are coming of age in a toxic world where everyone seems polarized and intolerant. It is so important to treat every single person with respect and kindness. Ironically, this commandment really isn't new. There's a story in our tradition where Rabbi Hillel tells a student that this is truly the meaning of the entire Torah. All the rest is really commentary. But now, it's more vital than ever, so we're adding it to the top 10.
Commandment number 6, be a mensch. A mensch is simply put, a good and kind person, someone who does the right thing, looks out for others, someone who lives life with integrity and honor. If we all try to be mensches, even if we make mistakes along the way, our whole society comes out ahead.
Commandment 7, honor your parents. So many of us felt strongly about keeping this commandment in our top 10. We are so grateful to our parents, our grandparents, our teachers and mentors for everything we have and everything we are. You work hard to support us, to understand us, to teach us, and to guide us. Honoring our parents means honoring where we come from with a shared commitment to doing the same for those who come after us.
Commandment number 8, live in the moment. Like our ancient Jewish sage, Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. We tend to focus on so much of our energy into the future. What will happen next? What school I go to? Who will I meet? What kind of job will I have? Where will I live? And so on and so forth. When we let ourselves think that way, we lose connection to now. This has become especially clear the past year, and we hope to keep that in mind as we grow into adulthood.
Commandment number 9, be grateful. Gratitude should be at the forefront of our minds every minute, every hour, every day. We have so much to be thankful for our bodies, for our minds, our family, and our friends. Having enough food to eat and being a part of this sacred community, just to name a few. Being grateful helps us put things into perspective and avoid sweating the small stuff. With this positive mindset, everything else comes into focus.
Commandment 10, stay strong in your convictions. Times have changed since Moses and Sinai, where people lived in tribal communities that shared the same value system. Today, especially through social media, people are constantly telling us how we should think, what we should believe, and try to convince you that things are okay when they're often not. It is so important that we keep our eyes open, hold fast to our morals, and stay true to ourselves and what we know is right for us.
So, one of the exciting things that we got to do in confirmation this year at Temple Israel was figure out what are the different ways and mediums that we can interact with this part of our Torah and our 10 Commandments. So we did some songwriting with a handful of our confirmands. The first piece that you heard tonight was actually the Hashkivenu that Ellie Michaels sang was written by Ellie Michaels, and it was ridiculously amazing. And Ellie and I sat and we talked a little bit about, excuse me, we talked a little bit about how does music serve text and create the vibes, only vibes, right? That we're looking for. But then the rest of the confirmation songwriting class sat for several weeks and kind of did a deep dive into these 10 commandments. Now, I don't have a list of all your names, but if you were in my songwriting class, will you raise your hand just so that we can kind of look around and see all the people that were involved? You also have to raise your hand. Awesome. Yeah, there was about 8 or 9 of us. We did a bunch of exercises, writing exercises about the 10 Commandments, one of which was to place yourself in the shoes of the Israelites at the foot of Mount Sinai with the fire and brimstone and smoke and lightning at the actual moment of receiving the 10 Commandments from God, which is not an exercise that I came up with. Actually, our tradition teaches us that we are all supposed to see ourselves as if we were literally at Mount Sinai. And then the other piece that I am struck by is that one of the exercises that I asked the songwriting class to think about was take a look at the 10 Commandments. What's not here that you would add if you were making your own 10 Commandments list? We got some pretty amazing ones. And what strikes me is that I didn't know this was separate from the activity that we just did, where they shared their 10 Commandments as well. And there's so much overlap. And what I noticed the most, which I think is a testament to these teens and the family surrounding them, is that there's this heavy, heavy focus on tikkun olam and making the world as whole and complete and safe as it could possibly be, and making sure that you are doing all you can, which was not necessarily in the original 10 Commandments, but it looks like across the board, that's really special and important to this group of 10th graders. So I took the words that the songwriting class wrote, and I gave them a melody, and Ian Kraft over here wrote the chords. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to learn it as a collective. That's one of the downsides of pandemic. So I'll sing it for you here as an offering, knowing that the music was written by Ian and the lyrics were written by these 10th graders, these confirmands. The song is called 10 Commandments. Standing at the foot of the mountain, with the fire burning brightly in my eyes. Standing, and I can hear the people shouting over thunderclaps and lightning in the sky. You gave us commandments and asked us to choose, so we chose you. All my fears hidden just beneath the surface. Could you tell that I was nervous just to be around? After all those years living life without a purpose, I needed something to make it worth it just to be around. And your voice came calling, and here's what I heard in my own words. Help those in need, be kind to all you see. No matter if you do or don't agree with those beliefs, take your time to rest. Always try to be your best. Live your life with purpose and with peace. I was given 10 commandments, and I added some of these. All I see is a world that's so chaotic. People want it, if they don't got it, they gotta have it all. So all it means is we've lost sight of what matters, chasing happily ever afters that just fall, fall, fall. God knows I'm trying my best, but sometimes it's good to be reminded to help those in need. Be kind to all you see, no matter if you do or don't agree with those beliefs. Take your time to rest, always try to be your best. Live your life with purpose and with peace. I was given 10 commandments, and I added some of these. Sometimes I ask myself if the what matters more than the why. There's some things that I can't help, but for everything else I can try to help those in need. Be kind to all you see, no matter if you do or don't agree with those beliefs. Take your time to rest, always try to be your best. Live your life with purpose and with peace. I was given 10 commandments, and I added
get some of these.
We celebrate our confirmation, the Shavuot, with our family, our community, and our friends, both in person and virtually. We are so grateful. Thank you for encouraging us and driving us on Monday nights. Thank you for making Judaism a priority in our lives. We know that without you, we would not be standing on this bima tonight. In that spirit, we offer you this blessing. We give thanks to you, God, ruler of the universe, who gives us life, who sustains us, and who enables us to reach this day of joy. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu v'kiyimanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
Confirmation class. This is a moment in history. It's a single moment, frozen in time, one that will be etched in your memories for the rest of your lives. This is the moment when, in the midst of chaos and a whirlwind of uncertainty, after 2 years of studying and learning, grappling with our shared history and modern faith, you have committed to your future as Jews, as lifelong learners, as good humans who engage in the world around you. Now you sit here tonight surrounded by the people most important to you, both in person, socially distanced of course, and also online. You can wave online, everybody's watching, where your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, your cousins and teachers, beloved friends and mentors are watching you and cheering you on. Now, in a typical year, clergy would bring each of you up on the bima in our sanctuary and bless you with love, having watched you grow into the magnificent people you are today. But of course, this year has been anything but typical. And so tonight, we'll invite our clergy up to the bima, but we're asking your parents to help us bless you. Your parents, who will always be here to love you and support you through pandemics and crises, through celebrations and moments of joy, who have brought you to this moment, both physically and spiritually, having raised you as Jews and made Judaism a priority in your lives. So we will bless you together in sacred partnership. So parents, will ask you now to wrap your arms around your teen. Take a minute to tell them how you are feeling in this moment and offer them a few words of wisdom. And now, confirmation students, together with your parents' blessing in your ear, we will offer you these sacred words.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Shalom.
May God bestow favor upon you and give you peace. Amen. Amen.
Mazel Tov, confirmands. Thank you for sharing your time, your voice, your words with us over the last couple of years. You are all amazing. But now I'm delighted to be able to present the Sam Leo Award. This award goes to one outstanding confirmation student and was chosen by a committee based on student essays. The winner will receive a copy of Unscrolled, which is a very unique Torah commentary. Tonight, the Sam Leo Award is being given to an exceptional student, Alexa Kessler. I have had the privilege of knowing and teaching Alexa. I've had the privilege of knowing and teaching Alexa for many, many years as she has grown up within our religious school program, and she has always, even during the more challenging middle school years, led her peers with grace, compassion, and kindness. Each week this year, Alexa attended class, whether in person or online, with a smile on her face, thoughtful insights to share, and a deep dedication to learning. So Alexa, you commented that in one of your essays that as part of the confirmation experience, you have learned that you always have a place to come home to at Temple Israel. That is true for every one of you. And we are so proud of each one of your commitments to our community. Alexa, you are a leader, an exemplar, and I'm so thrilled to present this award to you. So once again, Mazel Tov to all of our confirmation students and families. You have truly been pioneers this year, and we could not have gotten here today without many, many people. First and foremost, to Lisa Kaplan, who always keeps us organized and on top of things. To Jacob Spike Kraus for working with our students, for beautifying our service with music. To Cantor Smolash and to Rabbi Lader, our leaders, our coordinators who have thought and rethought once again what this moment might look like. And to each one of you, to our students, to our parents, for being our partners in Jewish education and instilling commitment of Judaism into each one of your children. Thank you. Mazel Tov to everyone.
If we can invite our class cantors, Ellie and Ayla, up. I know how grateful everyone is. I don't know how many other people could just jump in and lead a service like this without ability to rehearse. So they're showing not only their musicality, but their incredible poise, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of our confirmands. So Mazel Tov, and of course, with everything going around us, let's not raise it, but let's just finish with a prayer for peace. Od yavo shalom aleinu.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Ve'akulah. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu.
we are going to ask you, the clergy all want to give you a mazel tov. We're going to do like a clergy receiving line out there. We're going to ask one family at a time to leave so that we can maintain social distancing between families. So you guys are up first. We'll go one at a time. Mazel tov again.